Child, let me tell you what's going on today. Okay. We are talking about how to launch successfully. And everything that we do is a launch. Every single thing that we do, even this video series that I'm doing is a launch. And there are so many moving pieces to launching that sometimes we can become overwhelmed. Sometimes we don't think of all the great things that we should be doing. And sometimes we do not launch because we are just too intimidated to launch. So I am excited to have my girl, Demishia Samuels, about to bring her up. And we are going to talk about how to launch successfully in these internet streets. So give me a 1 2 1 2, Demishia. Let me know if you're in the house. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good deal. So, Demishia, I'm not going to introduce you. I want you to introduce yourself. Go ahead and tell the people who you are, what you do, and what problems you slay.
Awesome sauce. I am Demishia Samuels, and I am the corporate hustler. I own CEO. I say I own. I'm the CEO of Corporate Hustle University, where we help women monetize their skill set so they can build profitable online brands. So that's what we do. And I wanted to make sure there echo because my little earpiece is off.
Nope, you don't echo.
Awesome. Okay. And basically, what I do is I love to help women monetize and make money. So when you think of money and monetizing yourself and the skills that you already got from your degrees, from your job, from your experience, and you think about me, because anybody who knows any little thing, I can help you create an online brand doing that. I'm a mom. I'm a spouse of the military peoples. And I'm a daughter. I'm all the things. I'm a sister. I'm a Zeta. So just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about myself. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm always hyped when I'm with Paula. I always feel like I need a fancy mug and everything when I'm here. So I'm excited.
Yes, we always got our problem slayer mug when we show up live. Listen, excuse me. Listen, Linda, in the listening lounge, we have Saida, who was our guest speaker yesterday. We have Agnes. We also have Kendra. Now, this is an open forum. We're going to have a couple of spaces for anyone who has questions if you're inside the listening lounge. And if you're watching live in these YouTube streets, definitely comment below. Let us know that you're here. Give us a high five. And if you have any questions, definitely share those as well. If you've launched and it went successfully, we want to hear about it. And if you've launched and had some hiccups, we want to hear about that as well. Or if there's a thing in your head, an idea on your brain that you just think I want to do it, but I'm just not sure if I can do it, and you want to pick Demishia's brain while she's here, definitely raise your hand, come up on stage and ask that question. The stage is open to you. So listen, you brought this amazing lead magnet. I mean, this amazing lead magnet. Let me show people.
I'm not, you know what? I need to do better at Clubhouse, you guys, because I don't know how to put it at the top on the Clubhouse.
Oh, really? If you type it in the if you send it to me through Messenger, and then I'll type it in.
I can put it in the private chat. I can put it right.
Do it on Messenger because it has to be on the phone. Gotcha. Remember, we're on a computer, but it's easy. All you have to do is hit those 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner where underneath leave quietly. And when you hit those 3 dots, you're going to see a pin link, and you just hit that pin link, and that's it. That's it. That's all. Look, we coaching in the session, right? So I'm going to pull up this lead magnet. I want everyone to see this 1-page launch cheat sheet, right? So the link is inside of the actual video. Demishia's going to post it up inside and pin it above our heads inside of the listening lounge. But the thing that attracts me is that it's 1 page. Because how many times have you downloaded multiple pages of things and then you just weren't able to view the thing? You had all these multiple pages of things and you just couldn't download it, or you couldn't get to it, or you didn't know where you saved it, or you printed them out but you just didn't use it. And so this is 1 page. I'm excited about this 1 page. So talk to us about this 1 page lead magnet on how to launch successfully?
Sure. So basically, the reason that is one page, you guys, is because the other niche that I love to help is actually working professionals, women who are already into their careers. They're already about this life. They have children, they have husbands, they have lives. And so they don't have time to funnel through 20-page lead magnets and ebooks for days and days. So what I wanted to do was have a concise, effective one-page cheat sheet to help you launch. Because at the end of the day, that's why you're not making money, probably because you haven't launched, right? Some people think they put something out there for sale, but they haven't actually launched. So when you go to this cheat sheet, you will actually see that, hey, there are rules to this. There are steps to this. There are protocols to this. And this is just one step in my 9-step system that I call Paycheck to Profit, which takes you from being a side hustler to actually being a CEO of your business. And this cheat sheet is just one little piece of that. So at all times, you just always want to make sure that you can see it and that it's there. You can make it small. Excuse me. You can put it on your desktop. I just wanted to be something that you always would have on your mind and that you just wouldn't forget about it. So, that's the main reason that I made sure that it was one page. Now, listen, if you need some extra details about launching, we're currently doing a challenge right now. So that's awesome. But make sure you just read through this, think through it and say, you know what? Okay, I haven't done this step. I have done that step. I need to do this step. And it'll take you there. So, really excited about that. Why is one page? Because, I don't be wanting all of them words. I wasn't that person. I was the math and science student, not the social study and history person. So you're going to get this one page and you're going to love it. But yes.
Well, I was actually the cheerleader, so I wasn't trying to do any of that. And right now, at the ripe age of 52, I'm not trying to read a whole lot. And I know that that's kind of taboo in today's society because everybody wants to be like a reader. I really don't want to read a lot. I'm too busy moving and shaking in the world. So the one page is exciting to me because I'm a checklist girl. I just give me the nuts and the bolts, give me the checklist, give me the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. Let me get to the destination. And so I believe that inside of this checklist that you're giving us, you're going to open some eyes and give people some ways to think differently about how to launch and tools to add to their launch.
And I love that you're a checklist person, because that means you're probably a little bit on the analytical side and you just want to check mark, I'm done.
Listen, Linda. I don't know if you can see this for those that are watching live, but this is my book. This is my manual for the year. This is my calendar. I had to get a calendar where I could check things off, where I could write things in the time that I'm doing them. That's how I organize my life. So because notes on a sheet of paper become clutter to me. There's no time. It's not a SMART goal. You can't measure it. You don't know if you completed it or not. I need to be able to go back to January the 15th and know what I was doing on January the 15th, or go to the checklist of things I completed or did not complete. That's how my brain works.
That's good. But that's why you have better launches every single time, because you have a historical record on what you did and did not do for that particular launch. That means you have the analytics, you have the data, and you know, hey, I didn't do what I said I was going to do, so I can go and improve it for the next launch. So I think that's great, that you have a historical record on what you're doing.
So talking about the historical record, why is it important for us to even document? Because a lot of times, this is what I find with my clients. Mm-hmm. They have this really big idea and they really have the expertise to pull it off. However, they don't take the time to document what needs to be done before, what's happening during, and summarize what happened after. So let's talk about that a little bit.
So I think this will lead right into like some of the obstacles I had to get over, is because all of our lives, we pretty much have been told what to do, whether you realize it or not, from kindergarten through college, you were told this is what you need to learn. This is how you need to learn it. This is when you're going to be tested on it. This is what the test is going to be about. When you come into entrepreneurship, there's nobody telling you what to do. So one, that's why you crave the cheat sheets and you crave the checklist, because these are things that you're used to getting. Like, oh, the cheat sheet is telling me, just like it used to be your study guide. But in business, you are experimenting with yourself. So therefore, you have to think, how did you used to do a research paper? You used to have a hypothesis about it. So you have to guess kind of in the beginning what your numbers are. Then you have to experiment, meaning you have to actually do the thing. And guess what? Sometimes your experiment won't work the first time you do it, which is why, I mean, this is basic thing that you should do in your research paper. So you had to know what you did. What did I do? Step 1, step 2, step 3. Did I miss a step? Did I not do enough? Did I not add enough cocoa powder to the stuff to make it blow up? What did I miss in there? And then you have to always give that summary in the end, like, what could you have done? What are the lessons learned? Y'all know when y'all used to be in corporate, or if you're in, working, they be like, oh, we're gonna do the postmortem, or we're gonna do the lessons learned. You're not exempt for that when you're inside of your own business. You're just talking to yourself. Or if you have a coach or some people, that's it. But you still need to have the plan. Then you need to actually document the steps, so you know if you missed a step, or you need to add a step, or you need to do more to that step. And then you still need to summarize, like, what could have been better? What do I want to change? And I just think we don't do it because we don't like to apply those concepts that we've actually learned to our businesses. We think, oh my gosh, I'm escaping corporate, I'm escaping the school, so I don't have to do those things anymore because I'm my own boss. So if people think I'm my own boss, so I don't have to do the things. But these things are there for a reason, right? And they don't escape you just because you work for yourself.
I think that's important, because a lot of times we hate where we are in our jobs. We want to do something that speaks to our spirit and in our soul. However, we just are not taking all the gifts that we learned on that job with us. And then you find that you have to dig into it. It actually makes you a stronger CEO of your brand and your business, because if you've been doing this for other people, how powerful are you going to be when you show up for yourself in that capacity?
I always tell people, you're worth probably 10 to 20x what they pay you on the open market. So your skill set, I don't care what it is or how much you make, is probably worth 10 to 20 times as much that you are making in that job. And once you become an entrepreneur and you're still working, always take advantage of, or a good advantage of your job. Start looking at, how did that CEO phrase those words? What actually happened here? Where's my work coming from, and where is it going? Because when you start running your own business, how does my manager talk to me? How do they deliver bad news to me, good news to me? How do my write-ups look? Because when you hire in a VA and you need to explain to her what she's doing well and what she's not doing well, you can tap right back into how your manager used to do it. Like, hi, we need to talk to you about a few things, right? You're not getting your bonus this year, okay? Or all the things, right? And so you just need to do that. And then time management. Here's the only other thing. Whether you do well at work or not, when you have a regular job, whether you do well or not at that job in the micro sense, meaning day to day, or nothing's going to happen. You're still going to get paid, right? But in entrepreneurship, when you don't do the day in and day out, you're not going to get paid. The day in and day out matters. Meaning in corporate, you can be like, I ain't do nothing all week, but on Thursday, I'm gonna do all the things and be done. No. It is better to do 1 hour of work each day in your business than it is to try to cram and do 10 hours on Sunday. It just doesn't work that way. The consistency doesn't show up the same way. So you can't bring, if you have those type of habits, you can't bring those. You have to leave that mindset there and step into your CEO mindset and your worker's mindset. And I can talk about that, because you need both mindsets at the same time. So.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. When you created this lead magnet, and this is actually inside of the bonus bag that we are giving inside of the Mic Drop series, we have 11 experts, 11, 5, and 1 experts, and they all gave an amazing freebie and opt-in to help you push the needle in your business. Tonight, we're speaking with Demishia Samuels, who is talking to us about launching. She actually has the one-page launch cheat sheet. Now, I love a good cheat sheet because I don't want to think too hard. I'm the entrepreneur and the creator and the CEO and all of that of my business. So at the end of the day, everything else I just want a list. Give me a list to do, especially if it's something that's outside of my comfort zone. When it comes to launching, how did you approach this? How did you condense it to one page? Because launching's big. How you condense it to one page? Oh, you're on mute.
I was talking on mute. Look, I'm ready. Yeah, so how I condense it to one page is I force myself to do it. I basically was like, what do they absolutely need to know? Because a lot of times as entrepreneurs, online digitals, people always think that quantity means that it's better. So they want a 50-page book or the 1,000 ways to do something. But guess what? That means that you have to think through 1,000 ways. I've already thought through the 1,000 ways and consolidated the best ones that I believe can help you actually launch and launch now. You can, as you grow in your business, you can go get more and more and more information. But when it's time to make money and get this income to get your momentum going, you need concise information that will work now. And so that's why I decided that, listen, they don't necessarily need to know Kartra or all the things. They need to know these particular things. And I say Kartra because this is one of the more complex ones. They just need to know these particular things in order to get their launch going. And that's really how I decided that it just needed to be one page, because I felt like at some point you have to be tired of going through all of the freebies, all of the lead magnets, all of the things, searching for that one answer. And instead, you can quickly see whether this cheat sheet can help you or not. That's the other thing. Because I'm confident in my information, I don't have to dilute it with a whole bunch of stuff all around it. Because this is the information. This is my system. I'm an analyst. I'm literally a principal analyst, and this is a system that I built. So therefore, I didn't have to dilute it down with a lot of extra words and a lot of extra things. So that's why I consolidated it.
Yeah. So, what is one or two things that I'm going to walk away with when I download this cheat sheet?
You're going to walk away with a feeling of great. But basically, you're going to be like, oh, that felt so great and awesome when I downloaded that button. No, but really, really what you're going to say is, wow, it's not as complex as I thought. That I've been making it too complex. That I've been saying, because we are overthinkers, because we are perfectionist patties, we will put things in that don't belong. So we'll be like, I need to do this. I need to get married. I need to have a wedding. I need to go to Jamaica. I need to do all the things before I launch my program. And you ain't even got a man yet. So you don't put all that beforehand, and you ain't even got a man yet. And you don't plan out every bad scenario that's going to happen in your marriage that you don't even have yet. Right. And that's what we tend to do as overthinkers and as, perfectionists, like, OK, what am I going to wear down the aisle? Baby, ain't nobody even asked you, can you help me with something yet? So instead, this is just telling you the bare minimum of what you need, because that's what you need to start. You don't need all these fancy bells and whistles, because they bog perfectionists down. They bog overthinkers down. I know, because that was me. I'm overthinking everything. Like, I need the best logo. I need the best lead page. I got to have the best guest. But it's not about being best or perfect, but I had awesome stuff. You're awesome, period. And that's what you need to know, is that it's awesome. I don't have to say every word right on this live, because I know that the information and the things that I give is awesome. It's not perfect, but it's awesome. And that's what I really want you to take away when you download the sheet is, listen, Demishia wants me to be awesome in my launch, not perfect. So that means that I must execute so that I can get to the next launch. Because y'all act like y'all one launch is the only launch y'all ever going to have.
Yeah.
That's not how this works, Linda. You're going to have launch after launch after launch. And when you're not launching, you're in pre-launch mode. So you're always launching. So therefore, you don't have to stress about the first launch being like perfect. Now, there is a thing called momentum. There is a thing called your emotions. And if nobody shows up, you might be one of the people like, oh, woe is me. But at the same time, if nobody show up, you need to go change your efforts and change what you're doing. Maybe get you some coaching, maybe get you some more support, but do it so nobody's showing up. Because you sitting in your house not doing anything with all your scenarios is worse than not having anybody show up.
Right. You just dropped the whole word right there. That's the whole, okay, we're done for the day. So
Mic drop. You said this is called Mic Drop Series. So you got to come bring the mic drop gems to the people, especially when Ebony Biz Deep, anybody that got two names, like a pimp named Quick Back, you got to come bring the mic drop. Paula, you got to come bring it. I got one name. I'm trying to be over here like, no, I'm trying to be Prince Silver.
I know. It's because I got all these ideas and it's causing me to drink. But let me ask you this though. What you said pre-launch? And you said launch. Mm-hmm. So what does pre-launch look like? Like what is the meaning of pre-launch? Like what are we doing? What's pre-launch?
No problem. So in a launch, there's actually 3 phases: pre-launch, launch, and post-launch, right? So in the pre-launch phase, it's all the planning. It's what are we going to be launching? Who are we going to be launching it to? What does it look like? Where should we launch it? How should we launch it? What does it feel like? Maybe your beta stuff is going on in there. All of that is on a pre-launch, and it depends on whether your product or service based, what it looks like in the small details. But at the end of the day, it's you've already done the reels, you've already wrote the emails, you've already decided that this will be my primary social media thing. You've already looked at the data that says, you know what? Black women who like to go to Jamaica also like to go to the Essence Festival, so we're going to advertise over there. You've already ran through all the things in your head. You've already said, and you've already started curating a list of people who can help you. So Paula, when she was doing her Mic Drop series, we had already exchanged. We already knew each other, right? So she didn't come out of the blue. She already knew, you know what? I know Demishia will do this for me because I've done things for her. Vice versa. We've done things. These are things that you have to be doing ahead of time. So I'm assuming she already was thinking last year, I might need somebody for this. So I'm going to start talking to people, the dynamic speakers, people who I know have email lists. All of that's happening in the pre-launch, which is why I said you're always launching, because you always should be curating that list of people who can help you with your launch. Who will send an email out on your behalf? Go find them in the pre-launch. Don't wait till your item drops and they be like, hey, will you email your list for me? I don't even know you. What did you talk to yesterday? Well, I got my own launch. So how I'm gonna fit your stuff in with my stuff? So you thinking you're getting no's, but really what you're getting is that's not the right time. But had you told me in advance, I would have squeezed you in. Right. So that's kind of what the launch is everything pre-planned. Overthinkers should love the launch because that's the time you can do it. During the launch, it's time to execute. You're no longer the CEO. You the person who got the stamp that said, do this right now and do it every day and do it well. That's what you become. So you don't have time to think, what should I email these people? Because that was on the pre-launch. You already pre-scheduled all of that. During the launch, it's the shortest phase, and it is where you are straight execution mode. That's when you become a salesperson. You're trying to sell yourself, promote yourself. And so you want to be in the most positive mind that you can during that phase. So you don't have time to do those small things. And then the last is, to me, the most important phase, and that's the post-launch, because that's where your leads are. That's where the momentum is. That's who everybody said, maybe not right now. And that's when you find the data, like, did it work, did it not work? So you can do a better launch. So to me, the post-launch is most important because it gives me all the information I need to do a better pre-launch than to do a better launch. So, it's kind of like the chicken before the egg, but hey, somebody had to come first, and so you just have to get it done.
Yay, that was a lot of information, and I'm glad you broke that down, because as you were talking, I was going through like my journey with the Mic Drop series, and I was like, well, I just did a reel today for Demishia.
You could have did it in advance. No, you thought you already knew you were going to
do that in advance.
You could have. You could have did 11 reels in advance, and then you wouldn't have to think about a reel.
You're right. So that gave me some ideas, because next year I'll definitely work on this. And I'm actually making a list, because this is my first one. So I'm making a list of things that I'm doing, because ideas come to me. I'm a very creative person. So it's ideas come to me. And if something I can just do quickly, I did that reel in like 5-6 minutes. It took me, the longest part was getting your video and downloading that. But other than that,
it's the curse though that you're creative and that you can just do things like that, right? So the blessing is that you can do it, right? But the curse is that you're always going to say you won't just stick to the plan. Meaning, if you didn't put it in there, it can wait to the next one. It's okay. It can wait for the next one, right? But I understand. You're just like, but I can just do this really quick. And so that's okay. But if that really quick would have stumbled you from anything else, then don't do the really quick. So if it would
Yeah.
have been your day off, then don't do it. But if it's something that you do careless, like effortlessly, not a problem. But in the future, you want to be like, oh, because you want your team to edit it. You want somebody else to be the one putting it up. Because you like, I'm sipping on some tea right before I do the interview. I'm not doing all of this. And
Right.
that's the difference eventually.
Ooh, I know it's hard. It's hard for this Capricorn queen to do that, but I'm gonna
Ooh,
try.
my mom is a Capricorn.
Go try. Listen, we have Nicole inside of the listening lounge, inside of Ebony Business Divas. We also have a couple of people that are watching us live on YouTube. Definitely, if you have a question, Nicole, don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask, especially if you're launching, have launched, or are thinking of launching something in 2022. This is the season where women are winning. I did a little live a couple of days ago, and someone asked me, why is it important to support and celebrate female entrepreneurs? And the reason is because women birth the world. So because women birth the world, right? There's no reason in the world why we should not reap the benefits of the things that we are birthing, right?
Yeah.
And so that's our ideas, there's our intellectual property, that's our products that we are creating and crafting and making. That is our businesses that we're launching. That's our children that we are putting out into the world to be amazing human beings so they can also birth ideas, businesses into the world as well. We are really the needle that moves and drives how this world moves. But we do not own that, and we do not move in a way that owns that. So I wanted to celebrate the women that I've worked with over the last few years and who I've seen just grow. I used to be on, and I tell this every time we go live, I used to be on Demishia's email list because before then, and we talked about this yesterday with Saida, your business has changed so quickly. And as you grow as an entrepreneur, you start to like stretch and flex a little bit, and you kind of grow your muscle. And so I met Demishia as the LinkedIn expert, and I wanted to become more aware of how to use LinkedIn for my business. I was on her email list, and her emails are flawless. And I just was like, and we had the same coach, and I was just like, well, if I ask her, would she do something? And she was just so cool. All I did was ask, like I shot my shot. Is that what I shot my shot? Yeah. Yeah. But the thing of it is that in that process, I was building tribe, I was building community amongst other female entrepreneurs that are growing.
Authority. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so important for us to be able to celebrate each other, because if anybody needs anything about a launch, I'm always going to talk about Demishia. If someone needs anything about LinkedIn, she's always top of mind. So let's talk about the other side of launching, because you actually have like a little, well, I won't say a little business, but that's what you do. Like people can hire you for their launches.
They can. And first, I want to say Happy Women's History Month, right? So I love that the Mic Drop series is during Women's History Month. And I want to say that I love that for me, I always remind people that Black women belong in February and March. So sometimes we celebrate Black men in February and we celebrate our Caucasian women in March. And sometimes we kind of forget about it there. So I just want to say Happy Black Women's History Month as well. So that being said,
The whole year, just the whole damn year, just the whole year.
always on point. We always winning though. But yeah, definitely. If people who don't want to do it yourself, just everybody don't want to just do it themselves.
Right.
Sometimes you want somebody to do it with you. So I have coaching for that and programs for that. And then somebody also just wants you to do it for them. And I have a whole consulting business that'll do just that. So those are usually the two ways you can work with me. I do free challenges. I have podcasts. I have summits to help you with the information you need to launch. Because just like Paula said, I'm on a mission to make sure women make money, because I know when women make money, the whole family is taken care of. The whole community is taken care of, because we will give naturally. It's just in us. So me, I specialize in that. And women, for some reason, don't like to talk about money, because at the end of the day, one of your key KPIs, key performance indicators for me and my clients is going to be, how much money did you make? If the goal was money, then I'm going to ask you how much money did you make? And that goes to what my hurdle was. So when Paula first met me, yes, I was a LinkedIn expert. I love to network. I love to be professional. So I loved LinkedIn. I wanted to be nerdy. So LinkedIn was the spot. However, I didn't like to ask for those sales. I had a whole free summit for 3 years because I don't like to ask for sales. It just wasn't. I was just like, oh, if people want it, they'll get it. And then one day a light bulb went off. Like, everybody who you have worked with asked you for your credit card number, and you gave it to them. Or, like all of my coaches at some point was like, and how would you like to take care of that today? So I just want everybody to keep repeating that to themselves. How would you like to take care of that today? Because and I know we have it. So I will say that launching is about making money. And that's why people like to stay away from the word. They usually like, oh, my product is coming out. Or they think they're Beyonce in their minds, and they could just have a secret launch. And one day they could just pop up and be like, my product is on sale today. And people are just going to magically come from somewhere and buy it. And I'm like, no, remember she built up. She was Destiny's Child. Then she was Crazy in Love. Then she started dropping albums on us in the middle of the night. So you too have to go through your journey and your process of launching. So you too have to be, Destiny's Child, having the arguments with the group first before you can be over here. And it's just a matter of, who do you want to do that with you? Do you want somebody like me, a strategist, to do it with you? Do you want to do it all by yourself? Or do you want somebody to do it completely for you and you sit back and just provide Pinterest information only? Like, so you got your options. But show up, people. Show up.
Show up and ask for the money, because that's where the money resides. Show up, ask for the money, and don't be afraid to ask for your worth.
Oh, yes. And that, let's see, you start talking about that with worth, right? You're priceless. Let's do not tie your emotions to how much your products are. You are priceless. Don't ever do that. Now, the solution that you're solving does have a value, right? The solution that you're solving has a value to the person that you're solving it for, right? So just know what that is, but do never tie that to yourself. So when you if you buy a $57 Corporate Hustle Virtual Summit ticket, understand I work more. Baby, no, you don't have enough in your pocket for me personally, as a person, as a God-given being. But the information I'm providing to you, I have placed this value on it. And if you compartmentalize yourself from it, you won't be so tied to it. And know that, if you don't put it out there, you're not helping somebody get to their next level. So by you keeping all your secrets to yourself, or by you just giving it out free all the time, you're not helping somebody. Because honestly, people sometimes only value what they pay for, right?
Right.
You don't want to necessarily marry the man that took you on all the free dates. You don't.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay.
You're not going to pay the coach that gave you all the free foods all the time, right? Then you're not going to pay that person the big bucks. So charge your solutions worth, but never tie yourself to it.
Yeah. And don't think for other people. I always say, stay out of other people's pockets. Stop assuming that people will not be able to pay you. Stop assuming that people will not pay you that dollar amount. Maybe the people that you are attracting now will not. Maybe the people that you are asking for the sale now will not. But it takes time for people to recognize that this is not bottom dollar and that we're now in Macy's. It takes time for you to understand that you're no longer at Macy's, but that now you're in Gucci. And so there are levels to this. And so you have to grow your tribe, your audience, your client base with you. And they will celebrate you.
They sure will, because my hairdresser, when I was in college, do not charge the same now. Okay, she was like, as your income grow, these prices grow. Okay, but the quality of her work also grew. Yes. So let's be clear. Now, I will say also, I would like to even add to that. It doesn't matter whether you're Walmart, Target, or Neiman's. You just need to know
where is Walmart and Target on different levels to me.
So when you go into Target, it's just not as many people.
I'm just kidding.
People in there. That's the best one. Well, I'm even say, well, Family Dollar, Target, Boom. If you in Saks.
Yeah, don't do that to my Walmart.
See, that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with it. See, that's my point. There's nothing wrong with Walmart, but understand this: if you're selling something at this price, you just need more people. It's just a matter of that. It's not necessarily you're just like, hey, I want to solve this solution at this low cost. But that means you're in volume land, and you cannot say I'm a shy person and I don't like to talk to nobody and want to be in a closet, but you need 10,000 people to actually make $10,000 because you're selling something that's $1. Versus Paula said, you know what? I've been in this pictures game for a while. And so what y'all going to get is this coaching program and a little bit of after you service for $10,000 in 1 year, and a coach on top of it, right? One person decided I only need one person to make my goal every month. The other person said I need 10,000 people to make my goal every month if the goal is $10,000. So that's really how you decide which tier you want. But the quality that you bring, when I was just giving out LinkedIn advice for $27, it's completely different from my launch strategies and my system, my signature system that I created, right? Two separate things. And even LinkedIn now has its own system because I realized that people like systems and processes, and systems and processes cost money. So you're out here creating one-off things. That's why you feel as though you shouldn't charge the solution's value, because you're only solving this one little thing. And make sure it makes sense. Don't tell somebody you can make them 6 figures and it costs $27. Wait, this thing ain't gonna make me 6 figures. My cheat sheet ain't called the 6-figure cheat sheet and it's free. No, it's called the one page. You get one page because it's free. That's another reason you get one page, because it's free. Okay, so just know that think about all of that, the psychological things that you're doing there. A free one page. My LinkedIn book that costs money, 40 pages. I'm not giving, because it's good information in there. So don't be giving out all the free information. And I'll give you the information because you're still gonna need me. Know that they still gonna need you. So don't be afraid to give me information.
I love that. I love that. Don't be fearful. Don't be fearful of giving away the information, and packaging is so important, how we package the information. So what is the number one reason that you feel in working with people when they launch? What is the number one reason that stops people from launching?
Oh, the number one reason is confidence.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to fail. Like I told you, my clients, the people who I usually attract, they're overachievers. They made straight A's, B's in school. They were high achieving. They understood the assignment normally. Now here you come in business and there's no guarantees. I don't care how much you study, how many people you meet. Sometimes somebody just not gonna show up on that live. Somebody might not show up, might not be the right offer at the right time, right? And that fear of people not being there will completely paralyze people. So it's really just their confidence level. They don't want to be shook in that way. They don't want to put themselves out there in that way. So that's what I found. It wasn't their information. It wasn't their knowledge. It wasn't the product itself. It really wasn't even the planning. It was the fear of executing the plan. You said, I'm going to go live every day. But now you're fearful about going live because you're like, what if nobody shows up? What if nobody buys? What if the sun falls out of the sky? What if it's always going to be a what if. And so the what if fear, and fear is a good thing, but if you let fear paralyze you, it becomes a bad thing. So that that's really why. And the second reason I find that my corporate hustlers don't launch all the time is because their bills are already paid. So they don't have that hunger in them to say, you know what, I got to launch because the rent is due. So somebody is going to show up and somebody's about to buy this product, because that's why you see certain industries and certain people, you're like, how did they rise to the top? Because there was an urgency. And what I find is that's the one big hurdle that my corporate professionals have to get over is find your sense of urgency, because it's not going to be your light bill. So you got to go find something else that's a sense of urgency to make you move. And so those are the two main reasons, that fear and no sense of urgency, especially if you're already paid and you're like, it don't matter that nobody didn't show up because my light bill still paid. Okay, well, listen, you got to change that urgency. Like, nobody didn't show up, so I can't buy my Dior bag. I'm gonna need y'all to show up so that I can get my Porsche or whatever, or I can feed the community, or I can give $10,000 to my child's college fund. You got to find your sense of urgency and find it immediately, because this is a great time and a great place to begin to launch our businesses.
Absolutely. You, girl, I swear, you dropping all the gems today. Feel like I went to church. I just want to recap really quickly. This is the second installment of our Mic Drop series. We are going live with 11 phenomenal expert female entrepreneurs. Today we are with Demishia Samuels, and she has dropped an amazing one-page launch cheat sheet inside of our mic drop bonus bag. So let me tell you what that bonus bag looks like. Each and every one of these experts gave a freebie, a free freebie. Okay. They gave you something that's going to move the needle in your business, that's going to help you think differently, that's going to give you some aha moments, that's going to help you push the needle into moving in the direction that maybe you haven't known how to because you just needed a little bit more information. And we've given that. Demishia has the one-page cheat sheet. Let me tell you, yesterday, for those that are struggling with content creation, baby, there's something in there for you because Zaida dropped us a whole workbook. Okay. A workbook on content creation to get you ready. So they came with it. They did not come with these little opt-ins that really are things that you can get on YouTube. They are birthed from their expertise because they do the day in and the day out, not only for their clients, but also for themselves in their own businesses to make them money, to generate their generational wealth, and to help them to push their brand out into the atmosphere. So it's super important for us to be able to share. And sometimes we think that, oh, we've got to put a price tag on it in order to share, but everything doesn't require a price tag.
No.
Remember, we are women. Women are nurturers. We're giving creatures. We want you to win. There's nobody inside the Mic Drop series that does not want you to win. And I think that every facet of your business or type of business you could be in is covered inside of this Mic Drop series. I think every facet. Just to give you a little bit of tidbit, next week, I am talking to a person who is going to discuss how to create a business, be an entrepreneur as a Christian woman, because that looks different.
Yes.
That feels
Oh,
different.
God is the CEO up in here. Yes, I love
And
it.
then we got some health and wellness for you at the end of the week, because if you don't know, my career, my profession for the last 20 years has been as a fitness professional. I've been a fitness manager. I teach all formats that you can ever imagine. Okay. Step, kickbox, strength training, yoga, Pilates is my jam. However, I want all of my entrepreneurs to be healthy, fit, and sound. So we got some nuggets for you inside of the Mic Drop that are going to help you with that. Because there's no way in the world that we can build our legacies and not be healthy enough to enjoy them.
Let me know when that trap Pilates is coming because I'm here for it.
Oh, I know the person who had that has the studio in Atlanta.
Okay, yes. I love anything with
Yeah.
there.
We are dominating the world. Yeah. Yeah, she's in my group. Yeah, she's in my
Oh,
sister group.
really? Okay.
We have a sister group of Black Pilates instructors, so she's in there.
Oh, you have to send me her
And
info.
she has the truck. She has the truck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely gotta show up. You gotta send me.
So she goes around the city. She can do it in parks now. Yeah, she has grown in the last like 3-4 years since I met her. Yeah.
I love to see women winning. That's awesome.
Small world. So listen, before we leave, I just want to say, if you're in the listening lounge inside Clubhouse, click the link above our heads. That's how you download this amazing opt-in. It has 11 freebies in there. 11 freebies. If you are watching live on YouTube, check the description. You're going to go to bit.ly/mic drop series and download it. Every week for the next month, we are going to be showcasing amazing, powerful women that are sharing their gifts with you, because that's what it's about. It is National Women's Month. And in order for us to really embrace our womanhood, and all that that looks like, because it looks like so many different things and we can showcase it in so many different ways. We have to show the diversity in the businesses that we're creating. So I'm excited. Demishia, is there anything that you want to leave with the folks
I just
before we close?
I just want to make sure that you guys know that you have everything you need to start your business. Even though Paula is giving you 11 great freebies that you can take, it will only be an enhancement to the expertise that you already have. It will just shine a light on things and gifts that you already can bring out of you. So there's not a single thing that you need extra. You already have it. And so just now it's time to bring it out, put the price tag on it, stamp it, and get it done. Make money, talk about money, be about money. Money is a resource that women need in order to control the world.
Oh, I love it. And then I'm just gonna just slip this little this sidebar in, is that we, Demishia and myself, we have an actual a bundle that I'm gonna place that link inside of the description.
Yep.
The best of both worlds, honey. The best of both worlds, where we're talking about LinkedIn and Pinterest. So you're actually going to get this. That is a different lead magnet. It's not inside of the mic drop, but you might be interested. So it's going to be available to you, because that was a collaboration that we did during Black Friday, and it's available the whole. I don't know. It's probably life. We just
let me know
probably.
how we can get it inside of the YouTube. I know, because I can send you.
That's yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
I'll send it over.
Okay. So yeah. Now listen, we have had an amazing time inside of the Mic Drop series. I just want to thank Demishia for jumping in and being so giving with the 1-page cheat sheet for your launches. I'm launching a lot of stuff. This mic drop was something that was in my brain a year ago, and I dumped it in my box. I have a box that I dump ideas. And then the last quarter of the year, I pulled things out of the box and I spread it out over my calendar to see where it fits. And so this was something I wanted to test out, and I'm testing out a lot of different things. I'm also launching my mind body business retreats, which is where I am merging my health and fitness with my business coaching, and we're going to travel and do amazing things. So we'll be traveling to Puerto Rico this year. And last year I launched my Black Friday intensive that I'm probably going to, that's just going to be an annual thing for me, because I love teaching about systems and organization, making sure that you get those things in place before November. So when it comes to launching, I need that cheat sheet. That's all I'm saying. I need that cheat sheet.
Go download it. Go get all of it.
So whether you've done a thing, whether you're doing a thing, or whether you're thinking about doing a thing, grab the cheat sheet so that you have it for the future. Do you know how many things I've downloaded just so that I could have it just in case? And then it's like, oh, now I'm ready to move on that. And let me go pull it out. So definitely grab the bundle that we have available to you. There are 11 freebies inside, 11 freebies. And I'm just excited to be able to talk to all of my entrepreneurial friends.
I love it.
Thank you so much, Demishia, for jumping in and giving your time and your little mini me. Hey, special thanks. Okay. Special thanks to her. All right. Have an amazing day, y'all, and enjoy the Mic Drop series. If you have not signed up for the Mic Drop series, you definitely want to go to the link that's in the description or above our heads on Clubhouse and download the opt-in, and you will get all the information on the additional 9 series that we have left. All righty. Good night.